Get away from her, you bitch!
Got me nervous for this one today. Other than all the other stuff.
Other than everything? Yeah.
So, like when you create these thumbnails and you put these shows together, you gotta it gives you a template, you fill it out, blah, blah, fill in your
Yeah.
thumbnail. I
Yeah.
put the thumbnail in, and this has never, ever happened to me in any other stream ever before, but I posted it, I created it, and when it was uploading, it said, "Oh, please wait for approval." And I was like, what's
Wow.
this be? So I had to wait like a good hour or two for it to
This
get
is the
approved.
thumbnail, right? This
Yeah,
behind
same
us?
thumbnail. I didn't do anything special or anything crazy. It's pretty
So is
basic,
it- Is it the movie in general, or is it because Robert Downey Jr. is dressed up like that it needs
haven't-
approval?
I have
That's
no
crazy.
idea. I know. I don't know if it was like an air.
I've never
I did
had
it-
that happen either.
I did it just to let you know. I did it 3 times, and it happened all 3 times.
Wow.
And I just
insane.
created one for the we're getting the NYC stuff. I just created one for that. No issues with that one.
Wow.
So Calvin or King
Yeah,
Banana, if you
Calvin.
guys want to join in and want to get canceled tonight, let me know.
Maybe if we have Calvin, we won't get canceled.
I'm 9%. But Eddie, how's it going, man?
Good. Not bad. Mondays aren't that bad anymore. I
Yeah,
feel
right.
like I used to think Mondays sucked, but that was more of a school thing. I don't know if Mondays are that bad anymore.
I think Mondays are bad when everyone makes it like a
Yes,
point to
if
it's
you make it
Monday,
bad.
don't bother me. I'm like, you're working, so get your bitch ass up.
Yeah. I work from
But,
home today, so I didn't. Well, I did get my bitch ass up, but not too early.
Not you.
What about you? How's your Monday?
It was good, man. The whole hour changed, and I didn't think it was gonna mess me up. But
Oh yeah,
yesterday-
dude. Okay, so hour change happened Saturday night. I got a funny story.
Mhm.
Saturday, I went to go see,
Oh, you got canceled? What's up with that?
because we did that stream that you asked me about. Remember?
Oh, okay. I
Um,
don't associate myself.
We got
with a
canceled.
collector.
Not in general. We got canceled in the YouTube, hot toy realm. But
Oh,
anyway.
okay, you'll be
Um,
back.
Yeah. So Saturday I went to a motorcycle event that Calvin told me about.
Oh,
'cause
I
his
saw that.
cousin is a stuntman for like motorcycles, and he's done like stuntman. He's been a stuntman in movies, and I don't know if you ever seen Biker Boys, but his cousin was a stuntman in Biker Boys. Dude, that's a good one. That's maybe one we should do. But anyway, I went to see that show, and Calvin couldn't make it, but I went with my other friend, Richard, and we went there. And then after the show, we wanted to keep hanging out, so we went to Redondo Beach, and just randomly we went to the pier over there, and right next to the pier they had a bunch of cool bars, so we ended up staying all day and like till late at night, dude. We were sitting on the pier for a while, just checking out the ocean, and then one of the bars had a live band, so we went and checked that out, and we ended up hanging there listening to the band till 1 a.m. Like,
yeah.
and then we went back to the pier just to sit there and keep talking and hanging out or whatever. And before I know it, I looked at my watch and it said 4 a.m. and I was like, bro, we're about to see the freaking sunrise here, and it was because the time changed, and we were like, oh shit, that was crazy, dude. It jumped from, that was a crazy jump.
Yeah, it's crazy. Right? Like I was awake too for some crazy reason. I was like, it's fucking 3 a.m. What the fuck? You know?
Yeah.
I was freaking out. But that's funny, man. That's what I love about like traveling. I know people sometimes when I travel with people, they're like, you gotta pick destinations where to go to. So we have a plan. I like having that, but then also like being sporadic, like
Yeah.
not taking an Uber and just walking there. Like if it's 2 miles or something, like
That's
get
what
to
we.
see more.
That's what we did, dude. Because, well, first of all, we did walk for a little while because my friend, he likes to get high, and I don't get high, but he likes to get high, so he wanted to find a dispensary. I'm not joking either for the stream. I really just don't like getting high. So we walked to find a dispensary. So we walked like a couple miles to a dispensary and then walk back, and then we had no plan. We just went to the pier, and we randomly found that badass bar with like, dude, they had like 70 beers on tap, and yeah, and it was a cool band. Like it was a band of older people too, like a mom and like 3 older guys, and they were playing like classic hits from all through the age, like 70s, 80s, 90s. They played Blink-182, but at the same
hell
time
yeah.
they
I
played
would've
like
rejected that. Yeah.
they played all kinds of stuff, dude. It was crazy. So it was a good time, but yeah, it was one of those random, let's just go see what's happening.
I swear. I think that's what I did with you guys when you guys came to San Diego. Like
Yeah.
I took you to the spots I knew, but I wanted you guys just to like do your thing. I didn't want to be on your ass like, this is cool, this is cool. Like, nah, let them, the spot will speak for itself. So
That was another good one. A good night.
that
Yeah.
was that was, I don't remember what happened that night, but I woke up like butt naked.
Both nights were pretty cool. The night we went with everybody, with Danny and everybody, and then the other night when it was just me, you, and Cece, it was cool too.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta do it more often, but yeah, we'll get to it. But that's cool, man. Like I saw you on your Instagram, and I was like, oh, I thought you were about to get into bikes, and I was like, that.
I
Your
wish.
lifestyle.
They
man.
had a
no.
it was like a whole it was at a shop, like a bike shop, and they had like Sea-Doos and stuff there too. And I love Sea-Doos because I grew up on the river, so like that I was all into. But I hanging out with Calvin, and yeah, I can't say I'm not tempted to at least check out a bike and see what it's about, because I used to ride dirt bikes growing up like in a desert town. We'd go to the sand dunes or whatever and ride quads and dirt bikes and stuff, but I never rode a motorcycle.
I'm in the same boat, like where I've been riding motorcycles for a little bit, but like I'm more like the chill guy. I forget what they call them. I've driven a 600, but like what are the you guys call them something else because you guys take them to coffee shops. There's like meetups with coffee shops, coffee and
Like car meets?
yeah, but motorcycle meets. These bikes
I
are
don't know,
called
maybe
something
Calvin
specific.
knows.
Yeah, maybe Calvin knows. But they're basically like little Hondas, little. They're not like super. They look
Yeah.
like more like Harley Davidsons, but they're more casual, I guess you would say.
Oh,
Not-
okay.
he said mopeds. What's up, main man? Yeah, if you want to jump on or whatever, like let us know. We'll send you an invite. But yeah, let's get into this movie, man.
All
Tropic Thunder, spoilers ahead. We are going to talk about a movie that, this was 2008. I didn't know it was 2008, to be honest.
I did not know. I'm terrible at remembering what years. Oh look, Calvin said shoot him the link. I'm terrible at what year's movie come out, and
Are you
then
sure?
remembering. Yeah, and then remembering who directed the movie. Like I was surprised. I didn't even know what's his name directed this.
I always get those confused. Ride and not drive. So I'm sorry, Calvin. That's I'm still learning.
Yeah. Same.
I'm driving my moped, so there you go. If that's any consolation. Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Like when people say, "Have you seen this movie?" I was like, "Yeah, I saw this back in." So we're gonna talk about Tropic Thunder, 2008, rated R. I guess I could see it. Rated R, an hour and 47 minutes. Director is Ben Stiller. Writers are Justin Theroux, Ben Stiller, and Ethan Cohen. A lot of actors in this movie, man.
Yeah, Ben Stiller. I don't know why I blanked on his name. I didn't realize Ben Stiller directed this. But yeah, dude, I actually remember watching this in theater. I feel like
You
not
did.
a lot of the movies we do I remember, but this one I remember specifically because my uncle, he's like my great uncle because he's my mom's uncle, so he's my great uncle. But he went to see this with me in the theater, and dude, he was like the fun uncle when I was growing up. Like he was in Vietnam. First of all, he was in Vietnam.
Was he
and-
really though?
No,
Because I
he
feel
was
like-
really
Was he okay?
like he was messed up. That's so
Okay.
like
My
those
bad.
kind of this movie was fun to see with him because he was messed up in Vietnam. Like he came back and he was like, he had a good sense of humor, but at the same time, like maybe like a bad sense of humor. And he would tell us stories and stuff. But watching movies with him, he loved pop culture stuff. So like I remember watching Spider-Man with him, Wolverine, or like that old Fox X-Men movies. Like he was into that kind of stuff. And so we went to see this, and I remember it opens up with the trailers, right? And they're the funny trailers. And I remember him being like, what the hell is this? Like, this is a movie that's coming out? Like, this is real? And then, like, when it was the Fatties trailer, he was like, what the hell? He was all confused.
Yeah, I was too, man. Like
And,
I was like,
yeah, I remember him laughing, dude, and, like, just going crazy. So, and he passed away probably before I started dating Adriana. So I started dating her in 2012, and this came out in 2008. So maybe, like, around... He was there for my graduation, I believe, which was 2010. So I want to say maybe around 2011 he passed away. But dude, he was I think I get a lot of my humor from him. I think I get a lot of everything that was from him. So it's kind of a cool memory on this one.
I love dark humor, man. When you surround yourself with people that can take dark humor, this is like actually, you know what I should have done before we start all this, because this is a disclaimer, because I know a lot of people don't like this type of humor.
Yeah.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
Yeah, just a heads up. Yeah, but it stars Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr., Jeff Kahn, Anthony Rouvier, This guy's hilarious, Jay. This guy was actually hilarious.
Dude, I love him. In
Yeah.
every movie that I've seen with him, he's hilarious, dude. Like, She's Out of My League is a freaking hilarious movie.
Booty Juice guy right here, Al Pacino.
Yeah.
I love the way he spells it. I never realized that.
Yeah.
Actually, we should go over their names too. Tug Speedman. Like, who has a name like that? Tug Speedman.
I know.
Jeff Portnoy.
Portnoy.
Yeah, Kirk Lazarus. I love Robert Downey Jr. in this one. A snooty Walter.
Waiter.
Platoon
He's the
Sergeant.
guy from the Fatty trailer. That's why he's up there. I don't know why they put him so high. Maybe it's in order of appearance.
Yeah, I don't know. Because there's more. Oh, Danny McBride. I love Danny
Dude.
McBride in this movie.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. Nick Notel as Four-Leaf Tate. What's it
Yeah.
called? Tayback. I love him in this movie.
Bill Hader's pretty good too.
Oh yeah, he's great too. He does great impersonations. I don't know if you ever seen the videos of him doing impersonations.
They don't even list Tom Cruise, dude. That's insane.
Yeah, I'm not seeing him.
That's insane because I feel like this is one of Tom Cruise's best roles ever.
Yeah, most iconic
Ever.
ones somehow.
Yeah.
I should edit this.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise.
You should be on top of most of these people anyway.
At first, I don't think I noticed in the theater. At first, I don't think I noticed. I was like, holy shit, that's Tom Cruise, man.
Oh yeah, Mimi says Downey killed that role. Yeah,
Oh,
from
man.
beginning to end, he killed it.
He's amazing.
He plays the priest. Well, we'll go over it. I love this movie. So many top tier actors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we went over the cast. We went over the director. We went over the 2008 rated R, hour and 40. Look at that scene right there.
Yeah.
Playing a dude.
I know who I am.
We gotta wait for Calvin to go over those parts. But no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's what Banana said.
Hold on 1 second. Let me load this up really quick. And okay. Tom Cruise actually said he didn't want people to know he was in the film until release because he didn't want it to take away from the movie. since he was an A-lister at the time. Oh, I could see that.
That makes sense.
That's somebody else did that in like a Renaissance movie I watched recently. Where is this debut? But yeah, I'm mad they never did the spin-off with Lex Grossman, aka they could have.
Was that a rumor at one point? Is that why he's saying it? Because that would have been amazing.
Oh, you know what? I didn't do this time. I didn't get to watch behind the scenes stuff or the commentary, like you said.
I was trying to see if I could watch it like somewhere streaming, but you can't. It's literally like a DVD bonus thing, and I was like, damn, I don't have the DVD anymore.
Okay, I have the DVD. Okay, that's cool. What really is impressive is that makeup on. Yeah, man. Even his hands, they look like freaking.
Thick. His whole body, like he's like thick as hell.
Yeah, so we're gonna go over to the movie now. So gonna take this banner away, and this movie starts off the best way with big booties.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you said. When this movie started, I was like, did the movie start? Or is this like...
Yeah.
Because it starts abruptly. It just literally starts off like a trailer would start off. Just freaking...
Yeah, and this is hilarious. How old was I when I watched this? So if it was 2008, I was a sophomore in high school. So I was like 15 or 16 years old. But I remember this part was hilarious, dude.
Yeah,
and then I like the end where it's like, bust a nut and booty sweat, pop an ass open. And the narrator guy,
yeah,
like, pop an ass.
I gotta do those voiceovers or like get those in the stream somehow. That's
you could download the sound.
Yeah. It's just like I gotta figure out how to use it or when to use it. Pop it like in the beginning. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But then we got
use it on a statue stream when two guys are getting in a heated debate about like a statue or something. then play that. Pop it ass.
Pop it. I always do something to like get them get it off. But yeah. And then there's this scene. Lex, what's his name again? Ben Stiller's.
Tug Speedman.
Yeah, Tug Speedman. And,
I don't remember. They didn't say what this character's name is, right? They just called it Tug Speedman, I think.
Well, the movie was called something, I think. Yeah, Scorcher 1. Scorcher. They went through all.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do it again.
And then he had the funny quote with the newest one. He's like, who left the fridge open?
Yes,
hilarious. Yeah. Ben Stiller's hilarious, man. Ben
This
Stiller does
is
some of my favorite movies, man.
1000% Ben Stiller, man.
Yeah.
He does whatever he wants, man. And it pays off, man.
He's pretty jacked.
Oh, man, yeah.
Too.
No, he's jacked all his life. Like in Dodgeball, he was jacked in that thing way before.
Oh, yeah. Because he plays the freaking Cobra gym owner. Yeah.
Right. He's always been jacked in all his movies.
Yeah,
he just hides it.
He's pretty big.
But yeah, then like they say Scorcher 1, Scorcher 2, Scorcher 3, and then this is the guy you were talking about earlier.
Fatties. Yeah. Jeff Portnoy. This is like it reminded me. It's supposed to, but it reminded me of Nutty Professor, right?
Yeah. I think that's
all the different characters.
I think the vibe
as hell.
I think that's the vibe they were trying to give off, like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like what movies were all about.
Yeah. Like
action and stupid comedy stuff. It was great. It was like great.
This is another one me and my brother quote a lot. And so even my littlest brother, because he was born by the time this came out, but he was super young. So now, like when we watch it, it's funnier. But yeah, when he goes, can I get you anything else? The waiter, and then she's like, yes, my dear man, more beans.
Yeah.
And then they start farting. All the different characters that Jack Black played in this, and then the biker dude when he's like, in some countries, it's considered a compliment. This is one of the funny ones. Dude.
King Bananas, he was also jacked in Heavyweights. Ben Stiller.
Heavyweights is when you see the gym character for the first time. I think it was based off Heavyweights. That character.
Yeah, we're saying like it's based off. Yeah. But yeah, you see them all mostly, and then like you get to see. This is great, man.
Jack
I don't
Black
know.
is hilarious, dude.
This humor is stupid, but if it's done subtly, not too often, like it's great. But if it's overdone, it's too much.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And this, I didn't see this coming. I was like, oh,
at first, I think up until this trailer, I was convinced. I was still like confused. Like, are these real or is this part of the movie? And then when I saw this one, I was like, okay, this is fake. This is the one that sold it, especially when it shows Tobey Maguire looking at him all sexy, like he wants him. I was like, all right, this is not. This is some bull. And then Robert Downey Jr. He's blonde hair and blue eyes and everything, and I was like, okay. I never noticed at the end of this trailer, it says you can hear Robert Downey Jr. like whisper,
"I've been a bad."
Yeah, father, I've been a bad boy or something. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, man, this
was funny. In the commentary, I just remember this. In the commentary, he's like, it's Robert Downey Jr., but he's in character as Kirk Lazarus, and he's like, what, you never grabbed another man's beads before? Well, he's like playing with his beads, his prayer beads.
Yeah.
It's funny, dude.
Religious forbidden love. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, the first like 3 minutes, 5 minutes, like already got me. Oh, then like there's a scene where that guy starts speaking of the 10 men sent for return of those 4. 3 wrote books about what happened of those 3. 2 were published of those 2. Just 1 got a million. Oh man, would you consider this like British humor? This is like I feel like this gets like British.
Part of it. Right? Part of it is like subtle.
Yeah. This is the story of the men who attempted to make that movie.
It's really good. The opening, one of the best movie openings of all time.
Oh yeah, they make it look like Vietnam days.
The classic.
Yeah.
Classic war opening movie.
I feel like they had a good budget for this movie because like everything is very like
they had
explosions. Yeah.
Like a lot of action. Yeah, a lot of different
CGI
like sets and stuff, and then like obviously all the top tier actors.
Oh yeah.
That would have been a crazy. I'll look really quick to see what the budget was.
Yeah. So and then like we get thrown in the middle of the movie. Jack Black, Robert Downey Jr. They're there to I guess help Ben Stiller. Oh my god. Just like Jack Black's face is like the typical American badass. Like I'm here to like kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Yeah, it's great. What's up, Brenton?
Hey, Brenton. At first, when this opens up too, this feels like the movie. Yeah. So you're still kind of thinking one thing, and it's another. Like at first, this feels like this is the movie, and it like there were some things that were off, but when this happened, that's when I was like, okay, something's weird happening here too, because he shoots the dude and the freaking blood is squirting out of the back of his head, and he's he's like, get on that gun, get some firepower, boy, and he's like, he's getting all scared, and he's like, I'm a bit busy right now, and he's freaking putting his hand all over the squirting blood.
I rewatched this again, and like he's holding it, but then it blasts against his face. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
Just his reaction, Jack Black's reaction to this is hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, this guy gets stabbed,
and it's like a whole like 30 seconds, dude. This dude's like rubbing the.
Yeah, he's like going back and forth.
Yeah, and he's like.
And you hear like I had my surround sound on full blast, and you just hear it going through his like his kidneys and everything else. I was like, what the freak? They did hardcore on this scene, man. I love it though. This is perfect.
Yeah, that's a good opening.
Yeah. And this is when you get to hear his voice. I don't know what he says here, but you get to hear his voice and you get to see his face right here. And I was like, oh my god.
I think this is when I first noticed this was Robert Downey Jr. too. I don't even remember trailers for this movie. I don't even, because I know we went to see it, so obviously I wanted to see it, but I don't remember like trailers or anything, and I know we saw Robert Downey Jr. in the trailer for the movie in the opening, but at first I was like looking at this dude and I was like, wait a minute, what the heck? You know, it took me a second.
Yeah. Just his voice gets me, man.
Yeah, he did a good job, man. He's funny. He's funny as hell.
And then this is the scene where I was like, okay, this is stupid. Like, it's gonna be a stupid movie, very stupid movie. I'm still convinced, like, this is part of the movie that you were saying. You know, this is really, like, they're gonna go back in time and go like, oh, this is how we got here, or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Does music? I feel like the music they're playing right now in this scene, to like over exaggerate it, I feel like it's from Achilles or like Troy. It reminds me of like that kind of music. It's playing like a sad music or whatever, like war music. But yeah, this scene's cool. He gets shot like 100 times, and each time he gets shot 20 times, and then he falls and gets back up, and then he gets shot 20 more times, and he falls and gets back up. And the whole time, Robert Downey Jr. is saying "survive." That's one of the memes and everything that everybody says, like "survive."
I love that. Yeah, he's like a badass. Boom.
Yeah, he's running through. Yeah. And I like when he shoots the guy behind his back. He puts the gun behind his back and he shoots the guy.
Oh man. Oh yeah, and this is where so Robert Downey Jr. saves him, picks him up, takes him back to the helicopter, but then some random guy throws a grenade or whatever, and this is where Ben Stiller saves the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like when he says, "Hold my hands. I got something to say." And he grabs his arms and he's like, "Oh boy."
No, this is the scene where he goes like, "I can't feel my legs," and it pans to like his legs. He's missing his legs. He's like, "All right, hold my hand." He's missing his hand, so it's like, yeah, it's a little bit of both. And I was like, I feel like this movie is like almost Naked Gun. Do you remember Naked Gun with that? That type of movie. Like,
yeah, it is like that stupid kind of sarcasm, kind of funny humor
to the max. Yeah.
Yeah, this whole scene is funny too.
And this is where you find out they're in a movie set, right?
Yeah, and it pans to the director, and that's the first. You're like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
Like it's in it. Yeah, and he's trying to figure it out.
Look how many people are on set, man. I would have never guessed this many people.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy. I'm trying to remember the stuff he says when he's talking to him right now.
Oh yeah, let's see. What does he say?
I like when he says, "Action Jackson can't cry." And then he's I can't remember.
I should have watched this movie with subtitles because I had it in full blast, so it was like really loud.
And in the background the whole time, Jack Black's hanging from the helicopter, and he's like, "Man, what the fuck is going on?"
He's like, yeah, in the background. Yeah. And this is where you get to see this guy, the pyromaniac.
And that's funny too. He's like, "I got a whole."
Oh, don't say
what does he say?
I got a whole sweatshop back here.
No, that, and then he says like, I got a pile of blow the jungle up. He's like, "I need to know if we're ready to go." I forgot what he says though. He says something funny. Yeah. Oh man, but no, he's like, "I need people that know how to speak American or something." Oh yeah. Be so goddamn American up here.
Oh man.
Oh, I think he says, "I got a whole bunch of shit. I got a whole pile of shit your pants." I think that's what he says.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh funny. Man. I don't remember what he says here. He says,
I got it. He's like, "All right, cut." That's when he says like, "All right, so now we got to do a rewrite, right?" And that's when he says like, "Action Jackson can't cry, so we got to get in, flip the script, do a rewrite." And then he's like, and he starts walking away. And he's like, "No, Lazarus, come back! Like, we're still filming. Like, we're not cutting." And he's like, "I gotta pee," and the guy's following him, and he's like, "You gonna hold my dick?"
Oh man!
It says two different things, because in the explicit version it says like, "You gonna hold my dick like while I pee," and then in the non-explicit version it says, "Can I make a pee?"
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. And yeah,
that's when the jets come in and they waste like who knows how much money on this freaking effect that they're not filming for.
no, but he goes like, yeah, fucking
Get
America.
some.
Yeah,
He
get
says
something
something like
stupid.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is a great scene. And then like Jack Black, like you see him in like
Oh,
under
he
the
throws his
helicopter,
gun.
going,
He's like,
I'm getting burnt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's funny.
Oh yeah. And this is where you find out like he's doing a terrible job, or he's wasted a ton of money on that scene, and it's going downhill from there. I remember this lady, Rebecca. I forget her last name. She has a cool last name though. Do you remember her?
No, I don't remember. She's an actual. Is she an actress or is she an actual like
Yeah, that's it.
anchor or
E-host.
whatever?
Yeah. Rebecca Dermatos? I forget her last name. But I see her at every gas station at Sunoco.
Oh
like
yeah, maybe at the little screens at the pump.
Yeah, but like going on, you find out like everyone he's been casted with, like the director, is like, what would you call it? Like a star when they start fading?
Yeah, like a has been.
A has been, yeah. This is where you see Jack Black just freaking being drunk on.
This part's funny, dude. And he's like, everybody's making fun of me. Everybody's making fun of me. They say fat. It's just a movie about farts. And he's like, and it's not a movie about farts. It's about family. And fuck you. You can't do what I do.
He throws it. Oh, man. Then you can see the booty sweat guy. And then they go like Robert Downey Jr. kind of takes it too far sometimes when he takes on roles.
Yeah, they said he underwent a pigment augmentation to get the role of Kirk Lazarus, right? Yeah. The African American sergeant or colonel?
Yeah, sergeant.
Major, whatever. Yeah.
Look, he actually goes to Vietnam. I just realized that to get the thing. Did you see that? It says TV Vietnam.
He's the only one that isn't a has-been, actually.
Yeah, he's he's like winning all these awards and everything.
Yeah.
And then I grabbed this because I don't remember this. Chitting and the dude.
It reminds me of like you ever seen Blue Streak? Or there's another one, not Blue Streak, where it's him and the dude from Saving Sarah Silverman. Oh man, I
love
forgot
that
what that
movie.
movie's called, but it's funny, dude. But yeah, it's funny.
And then this is where you find out about Simple Jack. And what I'll say on this really quick, I'll leave it as the R word. Like I wouldn't use the R word, but I'll just leave it as the R word. Okay.
That's what we'll do going forward.
That's fine. Okay. But yeah, this is you can see Ben Stiller is like a has-been, but this is the movie he
That was like his worst movie that he did.
Yeah. Oh man, this scene is so stupid. Like
when he's talking, do they show when he's talking to the girl? They do,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Are we allowed to mimic the scene or no? You don't want to go that far.
Anyways,
Okay.
I don't know if we can, man. I don't know if we'll get
Alright,
kicked out for that.
We can skip it, but it's funny the way
There's that scene, yeah.
when he's
If
talking
you know,
to the
you
girl.
know. You know that girl that
Yeah,
he was-
the
that's
girl
his
from
wife.
Dodgeball.
That's his wife in real life, though.
Oh, I think I knew that. But you're right.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah, this is where you find out.
You didn't even talk about him. Was he listed
No, he
in
wasn't
the-
listed either. Matthew
as
McConaughey?
actors? Matthew McConaughey.
The main
His
man
character
said
is hilarious too, man.
Yeah,
he
he-
keeps calling him Tugger Nuts.
Yeah,
Tugger Nuts.
Yeah, it's on
It's
his
the
photo.
pecker.
Yeah. Oh man, the way it's another actor that you wouldn't think would do all of this, you know?
Yeah, he's
I
funny,
love
dude.
it.
When he's talking to him and he's like, how's everything going? He's like, not good. There was this crying scene and Kirk was crying and he's like, and he's like, hey man, if he cries, you cry harder, bro.
Yeah.
And
He's a
then
big
this
support
is
guy.
when the TiVo happens.
No. This is where he goes like, "So how's your kid doing?" He
Oh,
goes, like,
yeah.
"Not so great."
Yeah.
Then Matthew McConaughey goes like, "Well, at least you get to pick yours." And there's this,
He's like, I'm stuck with mine.
I love this picture. This is a picture I want. If I ever have a kid, I was like, we're gonna do a picture just like that.
He kind of looks like my youngest brother, which is funny.
Yeah. You should do this with him. Take a
Nah.
picture.
I'll do it the next time I hang out with him, and I'll send it to you.
And then like it goes back to the set, and the director is going to go get yelled at by I guess is Tom Cruise the owner?
He's the studio head.
Studio head, yeah. And I didn't see this coming.
Oh, he's like, who's the? Yeah, this whole part is freaking hilarious. He's like, who's the key grip? And the key grip is the guy that holds up the mic the whole time on set, like the guy that holds the mic so they could capture the audio. So I guess,
about that.
so I guess the key grip is like the strong, like because they're holding up the mic all day, they have strong arms, forearms, and everything. So he's like, who's the key grip? And this guy's like, he puts his hand up and he's like, I want you to go over there and punch him really fucking hard in the face.
Hard. Yeah, the way
He goes, he walks up to him. He's like, I'm sorry, man.
and he hits him hard,
Dude,
man.
he fucking decks him, dude.
Oh, Tom Cruise is the main investor.
Yeah, the studio. I'm pretty sure he's the studio head.
But yeah, I love that scene where he just like it hits him so hard that he starts bleeding. I think the next scene. Yeah, there you go.
He's like, oh,
Look at that prosthetics, man. Everything on him is
Dude.
perfect.
yeah, that was a great. I think at first I was shocked because I think it was King Banana that said it, right? But like, yeah, I don't remember knowing he was gonna be in this film. Same with like a lot of these guys. Like Matthew McConaughey, I didn't know he was gonna be in this either.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome scene right here. Oh man, this guy, how he explains like, how it used to be in the war and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Perfect like even this guy was a surprise to see in this movie.
They show him because I was surprised to see him too. But they were like, he was talking to him about how he has to rein. Oh, because the director was like, he's like, these actors are a bunch of prima donnas. He's like, I can't get them to do what they need to do. And he's like, actors are like children. You just gotta sometimes you gotta pull down their pants and spank that ass. And then the guy's like, and that's when they show him, and he's like hitting a child makes him a spoiled brat or whatever. He's like, but fear makes him a man.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you want your
exactly
actors to be a man, you got to put them in the real shit.
Yeah. Then like Tom Cruise goes like, who is that? Then he goes like, I'm the guy who wrote Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, he's like, I'm the guy that wrote the book.
Yeah. Then Tom Cruise goes like,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you're an American hero. He's like, now shut the fuck up.
Oh man, yeah, that was great. I love how he spits his apple out right after. I don't even caught that part.
Yeah.
In the next scene, like they're going through. I don't know if you remember this scene, or I don't know which movie I watched, director's cut or the theater one, but
Yeah.
I don't remember this scene, to be honest, when I watched it in the theaters. I don't know if this is part of the director's cut or whatever.
I maybe when I watched it, when I was watching the unrated, that's what I was watching, the unrated version. It was in there.
Low key collector, what's up, Calvin?
What's up?
What's up, bro? What's going on, guys?
Oh man, this movie.
Yeah. If they knew they could just get away with whatever they wanted to just throw in some shit in the movie, this would be it.
2008 was a good year, man.
Yeah. Stuff was still allowed.
Yeah. Everyone gets sting in this movie, to be honest. Yeah, and this scene right here, like, yeah.
That part's funny when he's talking to. He goes up to. He's like, "Hey man, I'm a big fan." He's like, "Yeah. What's your name?" He like can't remember his name, and then
You can't remember this guy's name.
he's like, "Oh, what is he?" He says something to him like, "Hey, if you see this guy, like," when he's talking about his drug dealer.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. Then he sees him in the crowd. He goes like, "Hey, hey!" And the other guy just flicks him off.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. And yeah, this is where they start planning. Like, hey, we gotta take him to the middle of the jungle, fuck with them, and go like, hey, fear. We gotta put some fear in their
Yeah,
boots.
put him in the real shit.
Yeah.
Put him in the real shit.
I love
There
this.
was a part during the unrated cut that I don't think is in the regular theatrical cut during this scene. Like the whole time he spends like 5 minutes trying to get them to like have a huddle, like a meeting
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, he goes to each actor.
Yeah,
asking them
I
to,
think in the
like-
theatrical cut, I don't think it's that long of a scene. I feel like they cut part of that out, but I could be wrong.
Yep. Yeah, now they're like, we're gonna scare these
Oh,
guys.
and then he asks him like, because the whole time this guy has like war quotes, like something like an old dude, a veteran would say, and he's like, why are you staying in this hut? I guess you don't like the hotel room that we got you.
Yeah,
And he's like, what does he say? I can't sleep in beds. He says something funny, like
I can't
beds give me nightmares.
yeah, something stupid. Yeah, it's so funny. What he says towards the end. We'll get to it. Like, what turns out not to be anything. Yeah, and this is where they're like, freaking get back in the helicopter. They take this guy as a pyromaniac.
Yeah,
I love Danny McBride, man.
this might be one of the first movies I saw Danny McBride in, because I don't know if the Eastbound and Down came out before this, but I never saw that show. That was a show, right? Not a movie. You guys never seen that?
What was
what
the name
is
of it again?
Eastbound and Down.
That's a show, HBO.
Yeah, I never saw it, and I know he was big in that, but this might be one of the first movies with Danny McBride that I saw.
Yeah, same here. I did see the show. The show is hilarious.
Yeah, I've
It's
seen
really-
clips on
Yeah.
Instagram and stuff, so I want to watch it, but
I think it's like 3 or 4 seasons. It's really good. You should watch it. Yeah, the whole squad's ready to go on set, I guess.
yeah.
And this is where he goes like, I want all your cell phones, I want all your stuff, and like, let's pack it up. We're gonna do this now, and let's
And then you get Kirk Lazarus when he's asking for the cell phones. One of the funny things he says, he's like, I don't got no cell phone, man. He's like, there ain't no cell phones in 1968. I'm head to toe legit.
Calvin, just a heads up, we put that
Be ready for the jokes.
yeah.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
Just a heads up.
Yeah, look, I'm not the sensitive type. I can crack jokes all day long. We good, especially with I know exactly what to expect with this movie. So,
Yeah.
on that, you got Robert Downey Jr. with super black. That's not black face. That's black skin. He did a whole
Yeah, dude.
pigment surgery.
Crazy.
And the funniest thing was about his main character. He's super blonde and has the most piercing blue eyes
Yeah.
ever. So, for him,
And he has like
to
crazy
promote-
accent. I was like, what? Oh man. Oh yeah, and then he blows himself up because he steps on the
That
stupid
part's
line.
hilarious, dude. You like when he turns around and he's like, he steps and you could hear the click, and then you just hear him go, oh, and then boom, and they're all sitting there. They're all sitting there staring at him like, what the hell?
Yeah. They're like, oh, where the hell did he go? Are we supposed to like act now? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then you see these guys. Like, I don't even know what to call these guys. But,
Flaming Dragon.
Flaming dragons.
Flaming dragons.
Oh, and then you see them because at first they think it's a special effect thing. So Tug Speedman is like, or Ben Stiller, he's playing around with the head. He's like, this is all props, practical effects, and he's got the gun and he's like, and he's waving it around, and they're all like, these guys do not fear death.
It's so sick when he like starts licking it. He goes like, "Look, it's fake.
Yeah,
it's
like,
corn
it's
syrup.
corn syrup.
Yeah.
Corn syrup and red food coloring or whatever, and then he licks it. He's like, this is a very blood tasting.
Oh man, could you imagine? Like, what would you do after that? Like, I think, like, come to find out it's real.
And the whole time,
I think the blood thing. I think should be able to tell the difference between real blood and
yeah,
props.
seriously.
This fucker's in there talking about it's just horse shit. I'm like, nah, that's something else, bro.
And Kirk Lazarus, he says it in the back. He's like, "Hey, this motherfucker's dead, man."
Oh man, and like you, I love how he goes like, "I'm a big fan of yours, by the way."
Yeah.
Like,
And then when he says, what he asks him about the gun, and he's like, "I don't know what it's called. I just know the sound it makes when it kills him."
yeah.
And he looks at like, okay.
Nelson says, "I love it when Robert Downey." I think this is what you were saying, Eddie. Hey, this ain't no David Blaine mind freak BS. That man really did.
Yeah, that motherfucker's dead, man.
Oh man. Oh yeah, and like they're going through the jungle, and then this guy pulls out his can and goes like, "I'm pretty thirsty," and he goes like, "Maybe I should drink some booty sweat."
Yeah, I'll just drink some of this booty sweat I got back in Da Nang.
Oh man, this scene caught me off guard.
I like the voice that Jack Black is doing the whole time.
Yeah.
Like his voice changed. It's funny because in the first scene, he's still playing the same character, but he sounds like Jack Black. In this, he has a different voice. It's funny.
It's like an old man, like
Yeah.
rugged voice and everything. Yeah, I love it. You see his chin, his jaw. It's like you gotta make that face to make that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grabbed this because he's still playing the part where like they're in a movie still, and the guys are going after them.
And he lights him up when he
This is
throws
Danny
the
Mc-
frag.
This is Danny McBride for me for forever. This is the face he always makes in every single movie.
It's funny that he's in this because, I was talking about my uncle earlier.
Mhm.
If an actor played my uncle, this would be the actor that played him. Like, he even kind of looked like him when he was younger. Dude, so this is funny. Like, he was a lot like him, especially in This Is the End. Like, the character that Danny McBride plays.
Yeah.
Himself or whatever. That's exactly how my uncle was.
This is the hairdo I want to get. By the way, I'm growing my hair out, but like when it's all said and done, I'm gonna rock this haircut for like 2
It's kind of funny because this hair is kind of back in style, like a mullet kind of.
Is it really?
Dude, I see kids with mullets all the freaking time now.
Time to put Tiger Balm on this jungle.
Yeah.
What's up, Terry?
Me too.
Big ass titties.
Oh, that's what he fucking. That's what he says when he blows it up.
I need to rewatch this like freshly so I know
Big-ass titties.
on-time quotes like you guys know right now.
I watched it.
Some of them.
Last week. I watched it today.
Some of them I forgot about. But a lot of them I remember because me and my brother say them all the time. But there's a ton in this movie, dude.
Look at that face, man. Robert Downey Jr. Like he's like locked on. I have a coworker at work that like has the same face every time he's pissed off at somebody. Oh yeah, and this is where you find out that this guy.
I love this scene too. He's doing it. He's about to do some heroin or whatever, and the guy surprises him from behind. He's like, "What are you doing, man?" He's like, "Fucking nothing, man. Fucking nothing." And he's like, He's like, "It's just jelly beans or whatever." And he's like, "Oh man, I love some jelly beans. Can I have some?" It's like, "Fuck no, you can't have any of my jelly beans."
He's on edge, man. He's definitely on. I've never dealt with a crackhead, but like freaking,
He
I
did
feel
a
like
good job.
yeah, I feel like that's what a crackhead.
That's one of the ones that me and my brother say all the time. Like if we're eating food and my brother's like, "Can I get some of your fries?" I'm like, "Fuck no, you can't have any of these fries, man. These are my fries." And then he says, "I get sick when I haven't had my jelly beans."
Stupid. I forget the scene. Like, what are they talking about here?
This is when they're talking about the Simple Jack. He's like, hey, he
Oh,
was like
yeah.
talking about Simple Jack and like and he says he went full R word. This is the
Yeah.
scene when he's like,
This
like,
you can't forget right here.
yeah, when he says like, especially, he's like, it's crazy that you did that, especially when you know how the Academy is about that shit. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, everybody knows you never go full R word. He's like, and if you don't think that, he's like, what is it, Dustin Hoffman in fuck, what's that movie? Rain Man. He's like,
Rain.
look R word, act R word, not R word. He's mathematical genius. And then he says, what's the other movie he brings up? Oh, Tom
Hanks and
Tom Hanks. Yeah, Forrest Gump.
Tom Hanks.
American Hero, National Treasure. and then he's like, and if you don't believe me, you take a look at Sean Penn. I Am Sam went full R word, never came back. He says some shit like.
Oh man.
That's one of the biggest ones, dude.
Yeah,
that's
terrible.
the
We gotta
one
keep
right
it rated G today.
Yeah, we're going with R word.
Yeah. Man, do you remember the scene, Calvin, by chance?
Oh, I remember this scene. This is my favorite one of the whole movie. He just said he went down the whole list.
Yeah. Oh man, this was a good 3 minutes of pure genius, right?
It was the look on his face. It was the look on his face when he was like, oh shit.
He's
And
right.
then when Ben Stiller's talking about how he got ready for the role, that was funny too, dude. Ben Stiller is telling him like, he's like, I just spent time around all these different.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then
I
and he's
forgot
like,
about
I
that.
actually felt stupid. He's like, and then he keeps going on with him. He's like, yeah, stupid motherfucker, just dumbass.
I forgot about that. That's so funny.
And then he keeps saying like stupid motherfucker, dumbass, and then Ben Stiller's like, yeah, in the movie, he's like, yeah, dumbest motherfucker that ever lived.
Oh man. Hey, oh, this scene right here, Danny McBride and this guy go like, hey, we're gonna go help him, and then he's pulling his arms, and come to find out this guy has prosthetic arms, and he has real hands. They get
He's like,
captured
"What the
after
fuck?"
this scene right here, and Danny McBride's face is like, I don't give a shit. Like this guy has real hands. He's like, he lied to me. Oh man. Oh yeah, and this is where you find out he's starting to get he wants his crack,
Yeah. He needs his jelly beans.
Yeah, he wants
Is
his
this the
jelly
scene? This is the bat scene? Is this where they decide to take the break or no?
beans. Almost.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, this is it when they're taking their pee break.
Yeah, and he's pretending to talk to him.
I
while he
like
takes a
how
piss.
Robert Downey Jr. goes like, I don't gotta pee, man, but I gotta tell you something.
Yeah. But
Do you
this
know how to read a
scene,
map?
dude, the bat is hilarious. When he takes out his heroin, he's about to do some drugs, and the bat comes and snatches his dude, and then he's like, ah, and he's chasing him all around the thing, and then he lands and he grabs him. He's like, I got you, you OD'd. And he starts eating the bat, and they're like, what the fuck, Jeff? That's a bat, man. And he's like, he ate my fucking jelly beans.
Look at all the blood in his face.
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't think no one guesses that he's on drugs, right? Or do you guys remember?
I think they all know that he's on
They all
drugs,
know,
but they
okay.
don't. Yeah, none of them are saying anything about it.
Oh man. Oh yeah, and then they capture these guys. Are taking them back to camp.
Oh, and that's when he tricks him, because they keep asking him for the map, and then this is when he tricks him and says like, he plays around with him. He's like, hey, I forgot what movie he says, but then he says, in Rocky 1, Stallone was all cut up, and then in Rocky 2 he comes back, he's a little bit pudgy, and he's like, that's how you look right now. And he's like, oh well, he's like, not Rocky 2, Rocky 1 when he's all cut up. He's like, oh thanks, man. Like, he's like, got any tips? Got any tips? I'm trying to build up myself. And he's like, give me that shit, man. And he takes his hat from him.
Then Ben Stiller goes after
And then
him,
he goes,
like,
"Fuck you."
yeah. No, he turns around and says, "Fuck you."
Tell him. He says, "Here you go, McCluskey. Tell him what time it is."
Oh, Nelson's right. He does a Ozzy Osbourne with a bat.
Yeah, he does, dude.
Oh man. Yeah, that was a hilarious scene.
Oh, and then he
around.
goes, oh, and then he says, Ben Stiller says something to him, and this is the first time Al Pacino like mentions anything to him, because the whole time they're going back and forth because he's not actually black. So the whole time they're going, and this is the first time in the scene when he's like, Ben Stiller says something like "you people," and then Robert Downey Jr. goes, "Yeah, what you mean, you people?" And then Al Pacino goes, "What do you mean, you people?"
And then Robert Downey Jr. goes like, "Huh?" Oh man, hilarious. And I love how he walks away from him. He carries his gun like get it wet, like a badass. And I love this. I don't know if you remember the scene. Like he's talking about like how Blu-rays came to be.
It's kind of funny because that's happening again with like physical media going away in general. But yeah.
I love the scene because he's telling Robert Downey Jr. about it, and like they're walking, and Robert Downey Jr. turns around and goes like, "Are you talking to me?"
Yeah, you've been talking to me this whole time. Yeah. He's like, whoever's listening, really. God damn, man.
Oh man,
it's funny later. Jack Black says something to him later because the same thing happens later. You probably didn't get the scene anyway, but later on it's when Jack Black I think is already strapped to the water buffalo.
I got it.
All right.
Yeah. And this is where they start finding booty sweat cans, or I can't.
Oh, because they're following him.
Yeah, they're following him. I mean, I swear, anywhere Americans go, they leave waste behind, man. It's proven in this movie. And of all things to find too, it's booty sweat. Oh yeah, and this is where they have the conversation.
Oh, because this is when he says they're like gonna take a break for the night, and he's like, I forgot what he says, but he's like, he was like, I was a culinary expert in San Antone, and then he's like, I could, I don't remember the whole thing. I just remember him saying I could cook up some collard greens, some crab apple, and he goes, huh! Or whatever. And the guy's like, and that's when he's like, because that's how we all talk.
Huh? Yeah.
He's like, what the hell? And he's like, you're Australian. Be Australian. And then he turns to him and he's like, I get excited about my foods, man.
I'm sure he had a comedian write those lines because
I wish I remember the whole line, man. I should have wrote the whole line down because it's funny. Cook up some collard greens.
Oh man. Oh yeah, this is where you found out like Ben Stiller's on his own. I forgot about iPods. I forgot that iPod.
What movie is he watching? Do you know that movie, Calvin? That he's watching on his iPod when he's...
I don't remember which one it was.
It might have been the original Land of the Lost. Or something, because he's like...
No, it was Star Trek. It was Star Trek.
Oh, Star Trek.
Yeah, it was Star Trek. Like, it was William Shatner fighting like a weird-ass alien thing.
But he's like surviving in the wilderness with his electrical gadgets. Yeah. And then the noise he hears. And he thinks it's a crazy animal and he gets in a fight with it and it turns out to be a freaking cuddly panda.
Look at the eyes. I don't know if you guys could see it, but look at how cuddly it looks like.
Yeah.
He's just stabbing the crap out of it too. He's just killing it.
He's like, die. Die.
Oh man, when I saw this in theater, I couldn't stop. I started crying, laughing. I was like,
especially because it flashes back to when he was doing his Save the Panda promo, and he's on the magazine, and he just killed the panda.
Yeah. And it pans back to these guys. This is what the scene, that quote you were talking about.
The quote I was talking about?
Yeah, you said something where he goes like, "Oh man, I forgot what you said."
This is when he tells him, he's like, what the fuck, man? And he's like, you were never in the army? And he's like, yeah, I was in the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
He's like, I've never been outside of the U.S. And he's like, what the hell? He's like, he's like, I looked up to you or whatever.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh yeah, and this like next scene he's talking to Matthew McConaughey, but he wears his hunt prey.
That part's funny because it starts off, he calls him and he's like, I killed one, man. And the guy gets, Matthew McConaughey gets all quiet and he's like, and then he tells his secretary, get off the line, and he's like, okay, okay, you killed a hooker. He's like, it's all right. He's like, it's all right. You just need some bleach and some
no, he says
a shit
like,
ton of lime.
Quiet down, like get some bleach, get this. Get this. Then Ben Stiller goes like, well, Samantha, like, don't worry about her name, like, don't worry about that. Yeah. Then he goes like, no, I killed a panda. Oh man, Matthew McConaughey was actually really funny in this movie too, man. Like Tom Cruise and Matthew McConaughey, serious actors, but I feel like they could have taken comedic roles if they wanted to. Really, really funny. He says, "I need water to dilute the crack."
Vomit.
Yeah, or to vomit. Yeah.
He's like, I need water so I could throw something up, and then the guy's like, don't drink that water. It's like a petri dish. and then he's like, Alpa, you got any of your booty sweat?
Yeah.
And then Kirk Rogers is like, yeah, give him some of Alpa's ass water.
I need to change my gamer tag to Alpa. That's what I said.
And this is when they have that conversation. I forgot what he says to him though. I forgot how the conversation starts off. But he goes off on him and then he says, because Al Pacino says the N-word. Al Pacino says the N-word and he's like, don't you know that word kept us down 400 years? And then he starts going, we've come so far. I don't know the theme song to the Jeffersons, but then he's holding him close. He's holding him close, and he's whispering in his ear the theme song, and he's like, "That's the theme song to the Jeffersons."
Jeffersons.
He's like, "Hey, just because it's a theme song, don't make it not true."
Yeah. I love that. I've always used that forever.
Because he says, the whole thing. He said, why did you do this job? And he's like, why did I do this job? Maybe because the one good part for a black man they gave to Crocodile Dundee. and he's like, hey man, that man's a national treasure. You about to cross some motherfucking lines. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry that a dingo ate your baby. And he's like, do you know that's a true story? That shit really happened. A mother lost a child.
Oh man, genius right there, genius. And it pans back to this guy. It's so funny because Ben Stiller still thinks he's in the movie. Like he sees like security cameras all around the base, and he goes like, "Oh, I'm on set. I'm on set." So he starts acting again. He's like, "Oh, my arm. Oh, my leg." And this is again. He's still acting. He's like.
He keeps saying his badge number over.
Yeah,
and the guy's like, gonna give him some tea. And he spits in the tea, and the guy's like, hey, man, I just want to give you some tea to calm your nerves down. Maybe you want to talk a bit.
Then he rushes him, and he kicks him. Ben Stiller.
Yeah, and he's like,
he goes like, whoa, you stepped in too close to me, man. Like,
yeah, you leaned into it.
They take him away. I don't know how they end up finding him.
Oh, this was after the water buffalo scene, for that scene I was telling you about. Because you know how he was talking about the Blu-ray thing earlier, and they were all annoyed with him.
My bad.
So then there's another scene when they're walking through the wilderness after he's already strapped to the water buffalo, and he starts talking about some other shit, and then you just hear Jack Black go, "Shut the fuck up!"
Because he gets tired of like the nerd talk.
All of them are tired of it. Shut the fuck up. Oh, and then when they're at the water too, that was another funny scene. Jack Black is like staring at the water buffalo like he's gonna attack it. Yeah. And he's like, I'm gonna I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat this animal and use his hide for. I forgot what he says. That part's funny too.
It's stupid.
Damn, I can't believe I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, then like so they're zooming in, like they're keeping an eye on him, right? But then Ben Stiller right here, he gets dunked into the water, and Ben Stiller keeps going like, "Cut, cut," because he thinks he's in the movie still. But and this is when you find out this kid is the one that
Is the leader.
he's the leader of the whole game.
And then they find out that he's hitting him and he burns him with the cigar, and they find out that he's the actor that plays Simple Jack.
Yeah.
And they're like they all love him because the only movie they have is Simple Jack, so they think it's the best movie in the world.
You should have won Oscar.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's an honor just to get nominated. You were nominated? No, I'm saying it's an honor to get nominated. It's very political.
Oh man. Oh, there it goes right there, Simple Jack. I kind of want to hunt down this VHS, man.
That would be funny if it existed.
Oh, and this is when you get to see.
They call him. I just realized he has that's a Buddhist symbol behind him on the wall there. It means like peace and love, or
Yep.
Yeah.
For this guy.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
I noticed he has the G5 airplane on his desk too. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, this is when Matthew McConaughey bursts in to get him the TiVo contract.
I forgot all about TiVo, man. I didn't remember TiVo for the longest time.
I never had TiVo. I had Dish, and Dish had their own version of like TiVo, where you could record stuff and rewind.
I wasn't rich for that stuff. I guess you were rich.
Like a couple. I had a good year, my freshman year, maybe like 7th through 9th grade. We had enough money.
I remember my uncle having Dish Latino, and he was like, "Look what I could do!"
Wow.
Like, rewind it. I was like, "You're watching the same soccer game, man. Come on." Yeah, and this is where he asks for his TiVo, contacts him, and then he goes like, "Who are?" He says, "Who are you?" We are simple. No, what is it?
We are Flaming Dragon.
Flaming Dragon. Yeah, Flaming Dragon. I wanted to grab the scene for this thing, but I completely forgot.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, Flaming Dragon, fuck nuts."
Yeah.
He's like, what I want you to do is take a step back and, oh no, he says, Flaming Dragon, fuck face. What I want you to do is take a step back and literally fuck your own face. Yeah. And the guy's like, what the hell? And Matthew McConaughey is just standing in the background looking like an idiot.
No, he's not looking like an idiot. He's like, this is the stuff I would say, but not out loud. But yeah. And it pans back out to him being captured, playing the role again for the. Oh man, I feel like this would be hell for some people.
He makes him put in the dude's teeth.
I forgot.
The old dude's teeth, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm good." He's like, "Put in the teeth."
Oh yeah, this is funny. They had to tie up. We're almost there. They had to tie him up.
That's one of the best scenes when they're going over the plan of what they're gonna do to save him.
Yeah.
And he's like on the side. He's like, he tells I think his name is Kevin in the movie, but it's Jay. He tells him like, "Look, I can't go with you guys tomorrow." He's like, I'm gonna level with you, man. Those weren't really jelly beans. He's like, it was heroin. And he's like, and down there is the mother lode. And if I go down there, I'm going to literally do all the fucking heroin in the world. He's like, I'll do all the drugs. He's like, so I can't go with you guys tomorrow. He's like, you're going to have to tie me to a fucking tree. And he's like, don't let me down for nothing. He's like, I'm going to tell you, it's okay. I'm good. I'm better. But don't listen to me. I'm lying.
Yeah. Oh man, what a hilarious scene.
And then that's one of this whole thing is funny, dude. And then when he's tied up to the tree, I wanted you to get that clip, but that clip might have been too bad for for
think
YouTube.
This one right here.
Yeah, when he's
I
tied
got
up
it,
to
I
the
got it.
tree.
I told you for the last time, I love the pussy.
I'll cradle the balls, stroke the shaft, work the pipe, and swallow the gravy. Get it over here, buddy. Let's do this.
And he's like, well, I guess we skipped a whole bunch of it, but he's
you're
like,
good.
Alpa, if you untie me, I'll suck your dick right now.
Yeah. No, but before that, like you find out that Al Pacino, like,
Yeah,
what do you-
because they're all talking.
yeah,
Because they're talking about. He asks Kirk Lazarus or Robert Downey Jr. He's like, "Are you still dating Jennifer Love Hewitt?" And he's like, "No, that was just some tabloid bullshit." And then he's like talking to him, and he's like, "You have a girl back home?" And he's like, "No, I was hoping the movie would get me laid, but that doesn't look like it's gonna happen now." And then he's like, "What about you, Alpa? You got something sweet waiting for you back home?" And he's like, "Al Pacino? He's like 10 girls deep, 24/7."
7.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I'm talking about something sweet, like someone you love. And then that's when he's like, yeah, I got someone. And he's like, I was just been too scared to ask them out or whatever. And then Kirk Lazarus is like, all you got to do is tell him, hey, me and you, we going on a date, man. That's in the script. He's like, you just got to sit it down, look in the eye, and say, what's her name? And he goes, Lance. And he goes, look here, Lance. Lance? What the fuck, Lance? He's like, I hear that shit right, Lance? He's like, nah, I said Nance. And that's when he says, look, I love the pussy.
I told you for the last time, I love the pussy.
I'll cradle the balls, stroke the shaft, work the pipe, and swallow the gravy. Get it over here, buddy. Let's do this.
He's breathing so hard. Man. I told you. I said that for the longest time too. I love the pussy. Oh man! And then like they get this, yeah, like you were saying, they get this idea or this plan ready. They sent Kurt Lazarus as a what was he, a rice farmer?
Yeah. A rice farmer, yeah.
This movie was wrong in so many ways.
And then the translation of everything he's saying in Mandarin.
Yeah, I have shrimp for your daughter.
He says something else too that's like the wording is off.
The whole thing I think is off
Yeah,
mostly.
it's funny. And he's still talking in his accent.
Oh
He's
yeah.
not even, he's still talking in that same accent.
Yeah, so they're gonna do a let's see, when did you find him?
That part's funny when they like start, when he goes, what does he say? Because I watched all of it, but I didn't have time to watch the last 30 minutes. And this is when he pulls the guns out. And he's like, I got your motherfucking rice patty, right? He pulls the guns out.
Yeah.
And then Jack Black jumps off the water buffalo with a gun. And he pulls a gun out of his fucking Speedo. He's like, ah.
I love this. This should be a figure right here, to be
Dude,
honest.
that was a good scene.
Yeah, and then he captures the kid and takes him as hostage because he wants his crack.
Yeah. And then when he's gonna save him, and he picks up the kid, and they think he's gonna save him, and he's like, "Now show me where the drugs are."
This is the scene you were talking about, like
This
because
motherfucker has hands. He's like, "Oh, he has hands, by the way." Or he said something like that.
Yeah.
This
Little
is my
boat.
favorite scene.
I don't
One of
think-
my favorite scenes.
We're almost there. And yeah, the little kid starts fighting Jack Black in this hilarious scene for like 2 minutes.
Doesn't he?
It's funny
doesn't
because
he
he's-
land on him? He like
Doesn't he-
freaking. He like tackles him into a table, and like all of his weight. He throws all of his weight on him or something.
No,
The
but
little
I
kid.
forgot to mention, like he's yelling at this old lady to take off her clothes. Take it off now.
Oh yeah.
Then he decides to put her clothes on. Like I was like, okay, man, this is too. Yeah, he tackles him like you said, and like he knocks the little kid out. Because the little kid's kicking his ass, right? Like he's,
Yeah.
like, doing all
For
this
a
crazy
while,
things
yeah.
to him. Yeah.
Fucking him up.
I'll tell you what kind of farmer I am. I'm a lead farmer.
Oh, I'm a
motherfucker.
lead farmer, motherfucker.
Thanks, Nelson. This little kid, man. And yeah, they're basically like joining up and about to get their plan in action, get rid of these guys. Do you ever the scene?
I forgot what Jay says to him, and he's like, "You're better than that, or you don't need it." And he's like, "No, this is all I am."
Yeah, leave me here.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah, and the two guys like come in to stop him, and then Jack Black abruptly farts.
He farts because he's nervous or something.
Yeah.
And then the guy starts laughing at him, and it triggers him because I think it's because it triggers him because everybody thinks he's nothing but farts and funny farts or whatever. So he gets all mad. Doesn't he like shove the one dude's face in the heroin and make him OD? He, like
Both of them. He just grabs their face and just shoves the
Yeah.
cocaine or the
He's
heroin.
like,
to their face. Oh my god. Oh yeah, then like I don't know, I didn't understand this part. Like Danny McBride grabs his fake ass hands, and he goes like, you know, why are you taking them? Because he's like, because you don't need them anymore. Something like that. Like fights them off. Oh, and this is the scene that you wanted to bring up, right?
Because Ben Stiller is stuck in his he's like, I'm gonna stay here. He's got his kid now, and he's got a life. They love him there as Simple Jack or whatever, and he's like, no, you need to remember who you are. And he's like, what about you? He's like, I know who I am. Do you know who you are? And he's like, I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Who are you? Me? I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. What? You dudes don't know what dude he is.
I like that part. You dude don't know what dude he is.
The way he gets that voice, though, man, he's like freaking genius, man.
I like when he starts taking off his makeup and then he like goes back through all the characters and he's different accents and stuff. Like he switches real quick, like from the voice he's doing as a black dude, and then he switches to like the Scottish, like pastor or whatever, and then or
Neil
priest,
Armstrong.
and then Neil Armstrong, and then he goes back to himself. He looks completely different. It's crazy.
It's like Calvin said, right? Like he goes from
Yeah,
a
look
black
at his
guy to
eyes.
like a blue-eyed, blonde hair white guy.
As a kid, I guess I didn't realize the joke behind that. Like they cast like the whitest dude in the world to play a black dude. I didn't get the joke behind that as a kid. Like
I
how
think it's like
Hollywood
with-
would be doing stuff like that.
It's like with all comedy, you don't think about it. It's just funny, you know. It's just like maybe it's, you know, it's I don't know. Like back then, it didn't really matter because it was funnier than anything. It didn't mean no foul, I think, or no harm in anything.
I mean, they've been doing it forever. White
That's what
man,
I'm saying.
the Asian man. So.
Yeah, it was their way of like it's like a sarcasm thing against Hollywood.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those, I think. Like when you're talking about the Oscar, the whole point of him being a black dude, and then there was another one, and I was like, I feel like those are subtle jabs at Hollywood that like they're underlying jokes that people aren't paying attention to.
And they're like, they asked Ben Stiller, all right, so, you know, Robert Downey Jr.'s fixed. Are you fixed? And then Ben Stiller goes like, I forget what he says here, but he's basically not fixed yet. Like he's still having issues with like wanting to stay there.
You know what was the other underlying Hollywood joke? This might take it to a serious level, and I don't mean to do that, but I was thinking about it because of the whole Cat Williams thing right now. You know how Cat Williams is like on all the podcasts, and he's like talking about how certain actors put on a dress, and that makes them like more successful, and that was Hollywood like making them do that. When it shows that scene when they're talking about Tug Speedman and he's in the background and it's that Chitlin and the dude and he's wearing a dress as a cop, I was like, oh dude, I wonder if that's like a subtle jab, like because he was like the most famous action star at the time, and he wore the dress, and so I was like, oh dude, I wonder if that was like a fucking subtle like Hollywood jab or whatever. But you know, I could just be thinking that because I've been watching I I just watched Cat Williams on Joe Rogan again, and he was talking about it again. So I was like, wow, maybe that was a subtle jab.
Fast forward to this part, like they're they're getting out of there together, and it's funny because all of them make it out, right? They like get over the bridge, and like Ben Stiller goes like, "I gotta stay. I have a kid now."
Yeah.
Like I could
what does he
convince
call
them.
his kid? Is that like a bad thing? I forgot what he calls his kid, but he calls him like a half stack or something.
Okay, I'm not gonna say it, but okay.
Is it a bad? It's a bad.
I don't know. It feels like it is now.
Okay.
After you said that,
Never mind. Then.
I have no idea. But like, yeah, he goes like, "All right, Ben Stiller's gonna stay. Let's get the hell out of here." And I love to see where the kid.
Yeah. He's like, "Fuck it, say I'm coming." I'm coming.
Yeah.
The kid's stabbing him.
He's stabbing the crap out of him. He's just like going in and out, in and out. But then like Ben Stiller grabs his little hand and like,
And chucks him.
yeah,
He just chucks him over the bridge. And then is it after that when the kid the kid survives and he turns around and like does the face, he crosses his arms, he's like all like
he's
pissed
all
off.
pissed off. Yeah. And it goes back to the beginning of the movie.
And this is in this scene too, he does that same leg thing. He's like, I can't feel my legs. And he's like, oh, your legs are in a puddle, man.
Yeah, okay. They go into a deep dive here, like, you're crying, man, you're crying. He goes like, am I crying?
Oh, because he couldn't cry yeah. So he like has a real tear.
I thought it was perfect. And then like this guy decides to get another rocket, freaking shoot them again. And Matthew McConaughey, man.
He has the TiVo.
Yeah, got the TiVo.
And he saves him with the TiVo.
Look at that shot right there. I don't know how they captured this one. That was badass. Yeah, it saves them by throwing up the suitcase and blocking the rocket from exploding on them. Matthew McConaughey. Oh yeah, and this is like the final scene of them leaving. Were they in Vietnam or Laos? I think they were in Laos, right?
Yeah, Laos.
Yeah, or Myanmar.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because then it pans out to they actually used the footage from what they went through for
Yeah.
this movie, which I thought was hilarious.
How would they have even got that footage?
Yeah, they weren't recording, right? So,
Yeah.
oh, and then to go
I
back,
didn't even notice he's with Jennifer Love Hewitt.
yeah. Everyone gets what they spoke about in that little thing.
Oh yeah, because he's sober now, and then Al Pacino is with Lance.
I
I
didn't.
even
I
feel
didn't
like Lance is a famous guy. Like, is that a real famous guy, or is it just an actor? I don't know.
this guy.
Yeah, because
I
I
think
feel like
he's
I've seen
part-
him before.
I think he's part of Backstreet Boys or NSYNC.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I've seen his face looks familiar.
Yeah, I don't remember which. He's from a boy band. That's all I know.
Oh, okay.
I think, or is he an actor? He looks like a boy band guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he's. Yeah, I love this scene because he gets to win the Oscar for what he played, and Robert Downey Jr. is like, congratulating him.
Yeah.
And then we get to the scene, like one of your favorite scenes, and
Yeah, the end credits. Or the ending scene.
well, this scene is funny because he goes like, Tom Cruise goes like, "You're worthless to me. You go have
He
fun."
says, a nutless monkey could do your job.
Yeah. But go have fun. Take
Oh,
credit.
because he tells him, at first he tells him, like, you're worth something, and then, or whatever, and he, like, kind of pumps him up a little bit, and he's like, are you serious? He's like, no, a nutless monkey could do your job.
Yeah. That's his attitude, though, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, we get to the final scene, to the end credit scene, and I got your
One of the best scenes of all That's got to be one of my favorite movie scenes of all time, dude.
Like one of the
Just
most
plays it.
underrated like roles of Tom Cruise's, I guess.
I swear it's my favorite. It's my favorite Tom Cruise role. I mean, obviously there's amazing Tom Cruise movies, but this must be my favorite Tom Cruise role, dude. It's freaking hilarious.
I've been watching this while you guys have been reviewing.
It's a good movie to put on in the background, like if you're doing stuff. It's a good movie for that. It's funny as hell, man. And this is what I want to ask you. Would this movie get made today?
No.
And would it be a successful movie?
No. It would get canceled. All the actors would be too timid to even try. And then the backlash.
Also, this was before Robert Downey Jr. got Iron Man.
Yeah.
So that
2008.
might also be why I was super shocked to see him in this movie, because he wasn't. Iron Man kind of brought his career back up,
Yeah.
So when I seen him in this, so this was actually a risky role for him to do, man. Thinking about
because
it,
like Disney would have I feel like Disney would have said like, hey, you did that movie with Iron Man. Yeah. But they took a chance with him.
yeah.
But back then too, the rules weren't as crazy as they are now. So we always do this at the end of the show. What is your score and what's your final thoughts?
Another 10 out of 10. Amazing. And I'm so glad that it was made before all the cancel culture stuff and everything, because it's a freaking hilarious movie. One of the best of all time. I love Pineapple Express too, by the way, but 5 out of 5 bananas, 10 out of 10 bananas. Amazing. I wouldn't change anything about it. Hilarious. Yeah, and I'm thankful that we still got a comedy like that. Like, it was kind of like we don't get that many comedies that are that outrageous anymore,
Just to flip the question back to you, like you asked me, and like, do you think this movie would have been made? Could be made now, or
Not even. If it was, it would be completely different, and it wouldn't be as funny. They couldn't even do it. There's no way. No, especially now because of Robert Downey Jr. being as big of an icon as he is now. He couldn't get away with a role like that. There's no way in hell he would have been able to do a role like that.
yeah.
And like Jack Black does a lot of kid movies, So same with him. Like, I don't know. I don't think so.
Keenan is asking, what would they take out aside from Robert Downey Jr.?
The R word stuff.
Yeah,
The
we
Jack-
skipped all that.
I don't know if the
The blackface all together. That would
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That would fly.
Probably the blackface, and then the R word stuff is the main stuff that would be taken out.
Especially the Jack Black stuff, man. People are sensitive about that somehow. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sensitive about everything.
Calvin, how about you, man? We're getting towards the end. What's your score and what's your final thoughts on this movie?
I thought this was a solid 8.5. This movie is hilarious. And if you can take your sensitivities and stereotypes and put all that aside and just enjoy a movie for what it's meant to be, it's a hilarious piece of art as far as I'm concerned. It's a great cast. And I wish we weren't in a space that people could actually do something, revisit this and maybe come up with a sequel, but it's not going to happen. And Tom Cruise is the GOAT for what he did.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah.
Amen. And unless you either saw the credits or really like stared at his face and listened to his voice to realize who that was, yeah, that was art. That was masterful piece of art right there.
My favorite words from Tom Cruise is like, "I will end you." Like the way he screams that. I was like, God damn.
I like the whole G5 scene. We skipped over it because I started talking about something else, but the G5 scene is hilarious.
What happens in the G5 scene?
Airplane.
Oh yeah. He starts offering McConaughey the
And that's
idea
when he
of-
tells him. That's when he plays the song "The Apple Bottom Jeans." song.
Boots and the fur. I give this movie a 10 out of 10 bananas. Like, I still found it hilarious till today. Like, I watched it today, and I was laughing my ass off.
Dude,
And like,
you gotta watch that commentary. I don't know if you saw it either, Calvin, but back in the, well, at least back in the early 2000s, they did like the director would do the director commentary while you watch the movie. And in this commentary, if you own the DVD, it's all the actors in character commentating on the movie. So like Robert Downey Jr. is doing the commentary in his Kirk Lazarus character.
Oh, that I gotta see that.
Dude,
maybe
it's
maybe I can
good.
find it on YouTube.
Oh, I should have looked on YouTube, man. That's a good idea.
That sounds
yeah, maybe
hilarious.
It's really good.
No, but like I give this a 10 out of 10. But I did actually ask some of my friends that are part of the whole like cancel. They're not part of it, but they're
more, yeah,
they're more of those
PC.
that like
They're more PC.
they're more PC, yeah. And I told them about the movie. They were like, "Yeah, not even gonna try to watch that movie." And I was like,
Wow.
I know, and I was like, "Come on, it's hilarious." But yeah, I don't believe in those words. I don't like. I feel like I'll be part of the culture that like stood behind that. And I was like, I watched the movie. I thought it was hilarious. Like I'm still normal. But yeah, they turned it down. Like 3 of them turned it down.
Wow,
Dude,
that's
you can
crazy.
watch it. What's up, Road Dog?
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like that's part of the problem. If you can't have just a simple laugh for what it is, I think that's part of the problem with live stand-up comedy these days. People get so sensitive about it. It's just meant to be a joke.
Yeah, 1000%. So yeah, great ass movie. If you guys haven't watched it, watch it. It's on like a bunch of streaming sites. So I like Eddie. If people can find it on DVD, get it on DVD. Get those commentaries.
Or look up
Luckily,
on YouTube. I'm gonna look it up on YouTube to see if they have that commentary.
Oh,
But
maybe yeah.
I watched it on Paramount Plus. It's on Paramount Plus, the movie.
Got it. Calvin, do you want to do this one?
Do what? No, I don't know. I don't know what you guys watched. Eddie just told me, unless Eddie wants me to put a movie on that he hasn't watched on your list.
Oh,
you do that.
You could.
Hold on.
I do want to watch one of those.
I was gonna pick this.
Wait,
as the
Calvin,
end, but
though. We have to be able to talk about it, man. That's
yeah. You have to.
The movies on that list are. Can we talk about the comedy in it without being canceled?
I won't hit you one of the hard ones. Hold on.
You see what this guy? You see what Jesse said? Jesse said, "You don't need friends like that, Steve."
Well,
I'm sorry, man, but yeah.
Okay, I'll let you pick either House Party or Boomerang.
Have you seen either of those, Steve?
I don't think so. What, like House Party 1991?
Boomerang is Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, David Alec Greer.
Oh, I love House Party. You gotta watch
House Party. Then.
That didn't play. Martin's in that as well.
Boomerang's like the way they described it was like a romantic comedy, Eddie Murphy romantic comedy.
Uh-huh. It's a flip on a player that he finds his match in a female that flips it and has him feeling all sensitive.
Okay, so Bernie Mac's in this one. So Boomerang sounds more like a movie I'd watch, but if you want to do House Party, I'll do House Party.
They're both hilarious. They're both classics. So you can't go wrong.
It's your week, Steve. So pick one of the two.
Let's check out. I think I like House Party 2 more. I don't remember though. It's like with the red. Calvin, you remember the red truck that he had?
Mm-hmm. No, that's Class Act.
Class Act. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. That's the same two. That's still Kid and Play, but that's Class Act.
Boomerang.
Which again, you need to add that to your list because Eddie's got that look like. What is that?
I never heard of it.
We're gonna get Eddie right.
I haven't seen this in a while too. I don't. Yeah, let's do this one. You want to do this one, Eddie? It's cool.
You sure?
Yeah. Boomerang's good.
Boomerang is hilarious.
I love Eddie Murphy.
All these movies, just sit back and enjoy because they're gonna have you cracking up.
Wow, look at him, man! I forgot about that.
So this is the question I have. When next time we talk about it, you got to tell me what Hammer Time is.
Okay. When we were at that bar I was telling you about, Steve, Saturday night, someone put on what's that Eddie Murphy song? Party
Party all the time.
Party all the
Someone put
time,
that on
all
the
the
jukebox when
time.
we were playing pool, and I was like, "Oh, dope! Haven't heard this song in forever."
I don't know if he made, like, I think he made more money in that song than he did like playing an actor. I think what was like a crazy thing or something like that.
Really?
I forget. Yeah, it was a crazy song when it came out. But yeah, man. So we're gonna do Boomerang next week. Eddie, you got any final thoughts or anything we're gonna close out with?
No, thanks for joining us, Calvin.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me, guys. This was fun.
I love these movie ones, man. There's like serious ones, there's like funny ones, but it's like it's fun to like because we talk about
Talk
statues
about 'em.
all the time, Calvin, like or figures or whatever. It just like gets boring after a while.
That's why I appreciate our LWO show on Friday nights. We may loosely touch on figures and collectibles, but it's more of a just hanging out with the fellas and just talking shit. So it's a
Yeah,
good time.
sweet. Well, we are gonna do. Cece actually got a statue in today. We're gonna do an unboxing in like 30 minutes or 25 minutes. If you guys want to join into that one too, you guys are
Is that on
welcome.
here?
Yeah, I'll be on here. Like she got the NYC N1 Starfighter.
Oh, I saw your thumbnail for it.
Yeah, I'm getting mine tomorrow, but I'm gonna do the unboxing Wednesday. She got it today, so she said she'll do it today.
Sick.
Yeah.
I might join. I'm supposed to go cook some chicken right now, so either I cook chicken and I don't join, or I don't cook chicken and I join.
It's all good, man. Like join late if you want.
Or I
Same
can
goes with
join
you.
while I'm out there grilling.
Yeah. Either way,
on my
Calvin, if you
phone.
want to join in too, you're welcome to join
All
in.
right. I'll keep. If anything, I'm just gonna be here posted, just doing fuel receipts like I'm doing now. So but I'm trying to multitask and do work at the same time.
Okay. Well, let's get out of here. And thanks again for you guys for joining, and let everyone else get out of here. Have a good night, you guys.